Oh wow, here we are. No background music though, that's kind of awkward. Let's just... in-game music. It's magical. There we go. Should have some in-game music now. There we go. Hello everyone! My name is Serv, and welcome to the stream. So, this is a sort of test stream. This won't be our normal streaming time, but seeing as we've completely moved the setup, if you've watched any of my videos lately, or in the past few months even, you'd know the background usually doesn't look like this. I haven't moved my apartment or anything, but I've changed my setup quite a bit, so hopefully it's functional, better. So, the plan for today's stream is pretty simple. We're just gonna go and feel things out, see if there are any notable tech issues or anything of the like. And we're just gonna chill and see about completing some of my weeklies that I haven't yet done here in 14, like my tomes, for instance. And I suppose that'll be it. Now, if you guys enjoyed that little opening section I have put together just recently, actually, for the starting soon screen, well, that is actually a part of a little video project I've been putting together. Been working on it for only a few days now, but it's shaping up quite nicely, and so I thought I'd include a little teaser of sorts in our new stream assets. So, without further ado, let's get on with it and tell you a bit about what's going on. So, I haven't made a video in a little while, and part of that, I will admit, was some decision paralysis. There's a lot of things I'd like to make, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to make next. So, like I said, I kind of impulsively started on that new project, but that won't be all that I'm doing. Obviously, the Black Mage changes that I was talking about quite a lot in my, I believe it's my most recent video. Those have come out now, and I mean, I don't necessarily think they've come off without a hitch, but I do have a lot to say about them, and so we'll definitely... Okay, this is a little bit loud, isn't it? We'll definitely have to go out and make a video talking about that very soon. But for now, you know what? Actually, for anyone who's decided to come and drop by, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD upload, if I decide to upload this VOD, give you a bit of an idea as to what I'm probably going to put in the Black Mage video. And that is... I have some conflicting feelings about it. You could even say contradictory feelings. Because Black Mage was... It was my first ever job. It was my main DPS for a very long time. It's just... It's one of my favorite jobs in the game. I love Black Mage. And I was absolutely concerned about this change. To say the very least, right? And this might sound a bit weird, but in spite of all of that complaining, I do genuinely believe that this change for Black Mage is not only beneficial, I would say it's overdue. And yeah, that might be a bit of a strange opinion for someone who also feels like Black Mage has been ruined for them by virtue of this rework. But, I mean, we're going to use FF logs as my basis for saying this. And before you immediately shrug this off, like, sir, what do you mean? Like, you're not really taking that shit seriously, are you? Not the damage numbers. Don't get it twisted. The damage numbers, as far as I'm concerned, do not matter. They are fucking irrelevant. It's about how a job feels to play. It's not all about how strong it is. Yes, a strong job, one that makes you feel rewarded for playing it, is definitely... it's a good thing to have, right? But ultimately, what players truly care about is if they have a good time playing whatever that job is, right? And in the case of Black Mage, well, for... I couldn't even tell you how many years at this point. If you've ever bothered looking at Black Mage on FF logs, you're gonna see that in almost every single fight in the game, it's sitting well within the bottom 3 jobs as far as the number of parses. And you don't have to upload or even be a parser to have your Black Mage gameplay contribute to this number. And basically what this means is that using FF logs is a fairly decent way to gauge how popular a job is, right? So, if Black Mage is consistently showing up in the bottom, like, 3 jobs for every single fight that it's in, you know, maybe there's something a little weird, something a little wrong going on. But, I mean, Bard, Monk, they usually show up there all the time. What makes Black Mage so special? I would argue that Black Mage is comparable to the likes of, like, the Moogle or the Chocobo, as far as, like, mascot power for Final Fantasy as a franchise. Like, the classic design for the White Mage and the Black Mage, those are like, some of the most iconic Final Fantasy characters outside of, like, you know, Cloud Strife and actual developed characters. Just the idea of Black Mages and White Mages is ridiculously iconic. And with Final Fantasy being, or Final Fantasy XIV rather, being the Final Fantasy MMO, yes, there's 11, but that game is like 20 years old now. When somebody thinks, oh yeah, I want to play the Final Fantasy MMO. There's a very high chance that they're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go in and pick up Black Mage and be this iconic fire and ice and lightning slinging wizard with my little yellow hat and my blue robes. But then they get in and they try the job and, well, generally they just think it's too hard, or I know it'll very much piss off a Black Mage main to hear this, but they might even think it's clunky. And there's another reason for that too, right? Because 14's player base is not widely interested in complex jobs. You might be a member of 14's player base who loves complex jobs, like myself. I want my game to be like sweaty and try-hardy. That's what I fuck with. But 14, yes, it has a very intricate and well thought out endgame raid system. Yes, its endgame can be quite challenging, but at its core, 14's player base is literally filtered to be people who aren't necessarily super into games of, well, numbers, optimizing everything down to every little movement. Because 14 isn't just... oh shit. 14 isn't just like a funny little fantasy MMO. 14 is a game that blocks all of its endgame, all of its raiding content, behind legitimately over 1,000 main story quests. And if you want some, like, context as to how much those 1,000 quests actually equate to, the word count for 14 right now is more than double. It might actually be more than triple at this point. I'm not sure on that last number, but it is at least more than double the entire word count of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That, like, imagine you've got a friend who enjoys, raiding in, like, WoW or something, and you would like to get that friend to come and join you in 14. Well, he might be very excited, or she might be very excited to come and try out this new game that you've been clamoring on and on about, how it's so incredible, and the fights are so cool, and the music's amazing, and blah blah blah. But, dear friend, if you would like to play the game, you need to read the entire Lord of the Rings series 3 times. From back to front, I guess? But does anyone really want to do that? Like, just so they can play some endgame raid content? I mean, there are plenty of people who skip through it, which takes like a week to do, by the way. And that's if you're quick. I feel like the vast majority of players in 14 aren't actually people who care all that much about the endgame raid content, solely by virtue of the fact that they're being filtered by this absolutely massive, like, lore pacer test to see how far you can go before you just keel over and give up. So, if we have a player base that is being, like, expertly crafted to not necessarily be honed in on our high-end, complicated endgame content, maybe, just maybe, it's a silly idea to have some of the most iconic jobs or classes, if you want to call them that, in the entire franchise effectively gated off because they're being made for that tiny niche of players. Shouldn't the most iconic, like the Pikachu and the Charizard of this fucking franchise, be designed to appeal to the largest portion of the franchise? That, while it does imply that, you know, I lose my favorite DPS, it makes the most sense. And if we go back and we look at the FFLogs numbers, we're gonna see that Black Mage is now, like, I think it's in the top 3 most popular DPS in the game. And that's up from being in the bottom 3. And all it took was one patch. Yes, the sweaty, try-hard Black Mage player base is definitely upset that their favorite job has completely lost its identity, and I don't think that's something that can be argued. Black Mage's identity is fucking gone. Like, the whole of what Black Mage's gameplay was and is absolutely nothing more than a fading memory. The devs did not try to keep it intact, and I don't necessarily know if that's a bad thing. It was intentional as far as I can tell, because, well, that gameplay identity, oh, I lost a hammer, that gameplay identity contributed to Black Mage being one of the least played jobs in the game, in spite of being one of the most popular jobs in the entire franchise. And if you look at White Mage, who is, I don't know if White Mage is equally as popular necessarily, but White Mage is still immensely popular. I didn't see which one it is, so I'm just gonna guess that it's these two that are like right here, which would mean that I have to go this way. They're running that way. I fucked it. Whatever. Anyways, White Mage is the most popular healer, most played healer, and on top of that, it's just actually one of the most played jobs in the entire game. During some expansions, White Mage does actually end as being the single most played job in the game. And I genuinely think that, while maybe not the most played job in the game, is feasible for Black Mage because it's a DPS. And there's a lot more DPS than there are supports, or healers rather. But nevertheless, they have made their mascot job more appealing to the vast majority of players. That's a good thing. That's it's the needs of the many versus the needs of the few in a sense, but I think with a bit more justification. So that is kind of the general train of thought that I have behind my Black Mage video that I want to put together. Shit, I forgot to paint. There we go. So I'll put something together that's more coherent than that, but shit, it gets basically the same point across. And hopefully it mostly resonates with people. I'm sure I'll piss off a fairly sizable chunk of people, but I feel like if you don't piss at least somebody off when making like an objective statement online, you're doing something wrong. Your statement wasn't objective enough if it didn't aggravate someone. So I might put that out in the coming days. It really depends. At the moment, I'm in between work, and I'm presently looking for a new job. I seem to have lined up 1, maybe 2 interviews. So, at any point, you know, my freedom, so to speak, could just disappear, and I might have to go and you know, adapt to a very busy work week, but that, I mean, I'm okay with that. And you know what? Maybe it won't even be that bad for my videos. Maybe it'll enforce more structure. We'll see. But I will try my best to get the current, like, 2-ish videos that I'm working on, maybe 3, finished before I go off to work, just so I don't create like a massive void. We'll see. I'll try my best. I can promise only that I will try. Man, I do not play this game well while I'm trying to talk about things, huh? That's fine. So yeah, we'll put together the Black Mage video. There was a few other things I had going on. There was that tier list for job design, job identity that I had. I was going to put that together a while ago, but I just haven't done so because, well, I realized it's a fucking massive undertaking. And what I could do is make separate videos where I rank the jobs by role for their design, which actually sounds quite fun, I'm not gonna lie. And maybe I will do that. We'll see. I think I actually had a little, like, safe pixel there. Whatever. But I might do that. I haven't gone and, like, asked my viewers what they want in regard to that, so I'm just gonna guess. We're just gonna guess. I have a very small, dedicated viewer base as well. So, in a sense, that's kind of a blessing, because it means if I do something silly and maybe not necessarily what the majority of my viewers want, well, I've only let down a small group of people rather than a massive one. But no, I don't think there'll be any issues like that. I'm liking the idea of ranking the jobs by role, because if you weren't aware, because I'm sure many people who are tuning into this probably don't know who I am, in which case it's a pleasure to meet you. I was studying game design. I'm currently taking a break from college to go work, but that is what I was actually working on before I did. And gameplay fantasy is one of my favorite things. It's been a pretty big like focus of mine in my like nerdy, probably autistic interests, like ever since I was a little kid. Like, Dota was like my first proper PC game that I got into. And Dota basically just sucked me in. And that was because a lot of characters had these very specific gameplay fantasies associated with them. And that was the kind of thing that I loved in a game. Oh shit. That's unfortunate. Whatever. There's like nothing I can really do about that. Oh, I took both. I may be a little stupid. Anyways, gameplay fantasy is all I look for in a game. If I feel like I'm playing the thing that I'm advertised as playing, I'm probably gonna like the game. I mean, obviously there have to be things that appeal to me and my weird interests, but that's how it is. In 14, when I first got into the game, it was insane how good they were at conveying gameplay fantasy through job design. Eyelash. But nowadays, I don't know how true that necessarily is. There we go. Oh. Cat hair or something, I'm not sure. Dusty air. I need an air filter. The lighting is getting really weird. Well, what can you do? We'll go back and watch this VOD and we'll see how everything comes out. Oh shit, that was in Wondrous Tales, right. It's one of the weeklies I wanted to do today. That's good, that's good. But yeah, I want to take what I've learned in college and what I've spent so much time fawning over, like, you know, in video games and such, to make a nice little comprehensive list of not how strong a job is, not necessarily how cool it is even, or how optimal its design is, but how its design makes you feel versus what the job's story is supposed to make you feel. Or maybe not its story, but its core identity. Oh. An eyelash is fighting me today, oh my gosh. Well, whatever. That's the perk of... Oh wait, no, it's not an eyelash, it's my hair from my hat. That, okay, that makes more sense. "10-minute queue." I could have just not done this on fucking Pictomancer, but here we are. I like Picto. I kinda wanna go swap to Black Mage, because I'm talking about Black Mage so much, and it feels fitting for what we're doing, so maybe we'll go do that. I have a fixation with the job gear. I don't know why. I always love it. Look at that. Little Black Mage. So I have to teleport back to, like, some kind of sanctuary, so I can use my glamour plates. Now we'll go and do whatever that fate is there. Maybe we'll move on to a different location. I still feel like my game is too loud. It's half the music volume, maybe? I have no idea if it's all too loud for you guys. Hopefully not, hopefully not. Tomorrow, I suppose I should talk about this as well. I haven't streamed in so long, so I apologize for being kind of scatterbrained. But tomorrow, we're gonna do some Savage. I have started this tier, but not very intensely, I suppose. I've been going in with a little group of friends, and we've just been taking it on very slowly. Now, admittedly, I would like to go faster, but, you know, adult life being what it is, not always an option that you have available to you. And it is what it is. Now, I don't know if things are going to speed up or slow down, because, you know, I'm going to be getting a new job. Not sure what it is. Probably something at a mall, which I'm not complaining about. I fuck with that. But it does mean that my little mall gig is going to be taking up time that I could be spending raiding and grinding. So, on the one hand, you know, that could slow things down. But on the other, it has the potential of actually speeding things up, because I will basically only be able to go in Party Finder on my own, because, like, my schedule is not going to sync up with any of my friends, which sucks, but I mean, at the very least, it means I'll be able to use all of my free time doing raiding, if I so desire, rather than just some of it, and I'll stream plenty of it. We can stream the nightmare that is Party Finder, and me experiencing the joys of ADHD versus, like, Party Finder strats. I'm really good at, like, figuring out mechanics on my own. I'm not necessarily good at watching a guide for something and remembering everything in the guide. I'll typically do a lot better when I'm able to just go in and feel out the mechanics. As a matter of fact, with this tier, I did M5 blind, and I just figured things out as I went along with my friends. And so, when we would put our parties up, we would, like, specify the strats we were using. One of them, we didn't actually know that it's what we were using, until someone joined and was like, oh, this is just the conga line strat. And we were like, huh, we adapted the conga line strat on our own, so we'll just say it's conga, and that makes things easier. Right? So we'd explain, like, how everything was done, and then we'd still have people join and be like, you were using Hector or Raid Plan, pick one. It's like, man, make your own party. But the fact of the matter is, what we ended up using was one-to-one identical. And I do mean, like, completely fucking identical. Oh, I'm gonna lose my Firestarter prog. Oh, that sucks. But I do mean completely identical to the 6PH raid plan, like, and the updated version of it, which was super fucking convenient, because it takes forever to get a party to fill when you're doing, like, homebrew strategies instead of the one of two guides Party Finder uses. But when the 6PH raid plan ended up just actually fucking updating itself and becoming the original, like, prog strats we used, that shit, it was so fucking convenient. Like, we didn't have to wait, like, any time at all. You put that shit up, it would fill instantly. Well, within, like, 5 minutes. And then, as far as, like, describing things to people, it wasn't like telling them the strat. The Party Finder just said 6PH, and that was it. So, going out and, you know, doing everything without the ability to, like, homebrew... Oh shit, I was not supposed to press that. I'm pressing all kinds of wrong buttons. Look, don't take any of this as, like, either a how to black mage or even remotely good black mage. I'm not really, like, thinking about what I'm pressing. I'm just pressing. And my muscle memory for this job doesn't quite apply anymore, seeing as how, you know, it got reworked. So, anyways, that aside, I did start on M6, and it looks like I'm probably going to be clearing I might clear M6 with my friends. It's hard to say. It's a matter of, you know, just time constraints, because I won't actually be getting to go with them tomorrow, actually, is when we raid. We raid tomorrow, and then I have no idea how long it's going to be until we go in again. So that could mean that I don't get to raid with them again until, like, I'm already employed. And obviously we're trying to do it together, so we're trying not to, like, fuck off and clear it on our own. But not necessarily the easiest thing when your time zones are so different. So I don't know. I might get to clear M6 with them. I might get to clear M6 with Party Finder people. We'll see. Honestly, it could be really fun to do it in Party Finder, because I haven't like done a raw dog Party Finder clear in so many years. And I mean, that is definitely... Okay, I'm just gonna type in /levels. My HUD elements are in the fucking way. Because I didn't turn in that last quest. I don't want to talk to lamat. I'm sorry. But yeah, we'll see how 6 goes. It's a really fun fight so far. Like, the thing that I like the most about it, because I'm a healer main, I'm an Astro, like, fucking... I don't want to say one-trick, that's not true. I'm not a one-trick in anything in this game. But, Astro is undeniably my main, and the thing I have the most time committed to in the high-end raid scene. As far as the entire game goes, my most played job is Dark Knight, but I don't really raid on Dark Knight because I don't care for tanking and high-end content. It just doesn't appeal to me necessarily. I find it a little bit boring. I've done it a couple times, and it just, I don't know. But dude, Pictomancer in M6 is fucking awesome. If you haven't done M6, I'm like very early into ad prog. I've only seen ads like 2 or 3 times, and I only got to go into the fight like for 1 day. So, you know, there's a lot that I don't know about the fight. But the cactus phase, which is kind of similar to the cactus sequence in the normal version of the fight, it just so happens to be on the 2-minute burst window. Now, if you are a little bitch, I believe that is the professional terminology for it. If you are a little bitch, what you can do is you can hold your burst until the cactus phase is over. But if you are a real gamer, what you do... Oh shit, I don't have Flare Star. What you can do is just place your fucking Starry Muse Rainbow Circle thing in the middle of the exploding cactus field. Man the fuck up. And find safe spots. And that shit is immensely fun. There's only 4 patterns that you can actually get from that mechanic. So if you figure out what I think that leaves 8 positions you need. Figure out what all of those, like, 8 dodge patterns are, and you're absolutely, like, fucking cruising. But, I feel like that's gonna take me a while, so hopefully while I'm still learning, like, all of the patterns, I'll just get enough clears to not have to keep running it, because I really, really enjoy the process of learning how to do these new dodge patterns. It's really, really cool. It's my favorite shit. Now, I have died a couple times doing it. I've done it, like, perfectly a couple times as well. Consistency is definitely still something that I'm yearning for. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see some actual progression on that front tomorrow. That would be absolutely amazing. I may be taking a little more damage than I'm supposed to, I realize. Oh shit, I'm not in. I transposed. Oops. See, I'm like actually just not looking at the fucking screen. Spent way too long in Ice Phase. What was supposed to be like 3 button presses became like 7. I'll just fire 4. It feels like kind of cursed, kind of evil, kind of wrong. Like I should not be able to do this. Just press fire 4, and then press fire 4, and then press fire 4, and so on, so forth, without having anything to worry about. Like that feels forbidden. Like this is cursed. I don't like it, not gonna lie, but like I said, it's making a job that deserves to be, oh shit. Oh, god damn it. It's making a job that deserves to be widely appealing, actually widely appealing. So, yeah, I feel like I do have a right to complain. Being one of the people who, like, you know, actually feels like they lost something as a result of this, but... who cares? They nerfed Pictomancer. That ended up giving Pictomancer a little bit more depth, which inherently gave me something to swap directly off of Black Mage onto. So, I really don't care. They gave me a new toy in exchange for the one they took away, and fortunately, it's a new toy that I actually just inherently like. That said, I realize, like, it's a controversial opinion to say that Black Mage is, like, one of the few jobs that deserves to have lost its niche, its identity. But I do genuinely think that's true. I feel like Black Mage is... Like, if 14 didn't filter its player base to be hyper-casual, by virtue of, oh, I'm gonna be going in there unglamored. You know? Could be worse. It's just... There we go. Could be fucking worse. But anyways, like, Black Mage, what was I saying? Right, Black Mage would be fine if the game wasn't hyper-casual as a result of the 1000 quest player filter to get to endgame. That's what it... Holy shit, it's dancing green. Oh wow, it's actually just dancing green. Anyways, damn, I beat your ass the other day. Crazy. Summoner. Summoner is, like, the only job I can think of. Sorry, do I just have 2 buttons? Holy shit. Not even smudge. That's fucking wild. Fucking tempera coat and fire in red? Oh, no, we have green. We have green. And blue! Oh my goodness. Well, this is gonna take a minute, but let's get it, I guess. Jesus. Anyways, Summoner. Like, while I want to praise the Black Mage rework for putting Black Mage into the position that I think it always deserved to be in. Wow, his heals really don't heal, huh? Anyways, the Summoner rework, I feel like it accomplished nothing. Like, I think on every single front, Summoner is just one of the worst jobs in the game. It's the worst in regard to its, like, identity. Because its identity... I mean, it has something kind of going on, but that something is pitiful. That's the Lego Duplo rotation, dude. I don't think anyone wants to be known for the Lego Duplo rotation. If you haven't seen that image, literally just Google it, actually. FF14 Summoner Lego rotation, or Lego Duplo. You just... First you get the yellow Lego brick, or... green Lego brick, then the yellow, then the red, then the Bahamut, and then rinse and repeat. It's awful. It's managed to remove everything that Summoner players like. It has managed to make Summoner completely unviable because, you know, they've made it like one of the easiest jobs in the game. It's like right next to Viper, like vying for the single easiest job. And then, you know, by virtue of that, they've made the job quite weak, because it is a prog job, it has quite a bit of healing, it has quite a bit of sustain and mitigation, and it has a res, as well as fewer casts per minute than Samurai, in spite of being a caster. Like, Summoner is just the ultimate, like, bitch machine. And being the ultimate bitch machine doesn't really warrant dealing high damage, does it? So, like, with all that said, you know, the job, it does no damage. It's outclassed by Red Mage, because Red Mage has the niche for being the super reser, and then Pictomancer has, like... I'm pretty sure it has better, like, party support, given it has the shield and the heal. And a 90-second cooldown on that shield as well, if you want to use it that way. Like, Summoner just has no value. The only thing Summoner's good at is, like, letting players who are really not confident in their ability to play a caster. Like, is that not wrong? I'm not a Summoner player anymore. I dropped the job a very long time, so something I would love to hear, actually. And this is something I plan to attach to both the beginning and ending of my next video. And that is a sort of open letter to Summoner players. I want to know what you guys want for your job. Like, if you could do anything to Summoner, if you had the power to save Summoner, what would you do? How would you rescue this poor, downtrodden fucking job? I asked one person, and that one person said dots. They want the dots back. And I mean, yeah, you know, Summoner was the dot job. Now that's only Bard, and it really looks like Bard's dots are going to get removed as well. I mean, like, Black Mage has a dot, but the Black Mage dot, I mean, it's barely a part of the job anymore. It's there for flavor. I don't think it actually contributes to the kit. It's just an instant cast. That's it. It's a movement window. It's a weave window. It doesn't do a whole lot else. What is my cat doing? She's being goofy. She got her tail stuck in a door earlier, so I gave her treats to soothe her poor soul. She seems happy though. I think she's okay. But anyways, the Summoner issue is something that I really want to see tackled. Like, we've been told that 8.0 is going to have a lot of job reworks, and we don't know what the fuck that's going to entail. We have no idea. I am betting right now that we're going to see a full rework to Black Mage, because I think as it stands right now, Black Mage's kit is just bad. Like, yes, I did just go on praising it, because there is lots to praise, but when you, like, take apart Black Mage's kit, there's so many pieces that feel like they don't really do anything. Like, they're there more out of necessity than, like, creativity on the behalf of the job designer, like Triple Cast, for example. Triple Cast is kind of a nothing burger of a button. Like, the Triple Cast versus Hammer in its current incarnation, there's, like, a world of difference there, right? After the nerf to Hammer, to where Hammer is now a damage loss to use off cooldown, we have, like, actual decision-making that goes into using this tool that gives us a load of free movement. And back in, you know, pre-7.2 Black Mage, Triple Cast actually contributed to damage. It actually changed your rotation quite heavily based on where you used it. If you had to use it for mobility, but you didn't plan for that, you could end up fucking yourself up going forward and losing a marginal to massive amount of damage over the course of the fight, right? But now, Triple Cast is literally nothing more than a tool to move. That's it. I mean, I guess maybe a weave window, but we don't really need one given all the other ones the job has. So, at this point, it just has me wondering, like, what the hell is this button supposed to be? Like, when you're doing the AoE rotation, the AoE rotation does kind of have some vague justification for the existence of Triple Cast, because, you know, you have to weave your transpose, and you might be doing that on buttons that are hard-casted. But outside of that, and most players don't even know you're supposed to use transpose in your AoE rotation. Fuck, I don't think most players know the transpose, like, purpose at all, like, post-level 50, so... maybe we just don't worry about that entirely, because it saddens me. But, it's just one of those abilities now, Triple Cast, that exists only because it was already in the kit. And I don't think they had the time or resources to completely redesign the job to ensure that Triple Cast now had a reason, had, like, some kind of interactivity with the kit. That's the word I think I'm looking for here, because using Triple Cast now, it doesn't increase your damage, it doesn't decrease your damage, it just gives you movement. Press this button when you want to move, that's it. Right? That's like... what's the word? One-dimensional? And, I think that... I don't inherently want to call it bad job design, because while it doesn't do anything, it's also the result of a mid-expansion rework that was employed to, like, kind of band-aid solution Black Mage into, like, not being one of the least played jobs in the game, in spite of being one of the most iconic jobs in the franchise, right? So... I'm expecting that we're going to see a full-on rework to Black Mage. All of the things that don't really make any sense are going to, in some way, shape, or form, get a new life breathed into them. We're... like, honestly... one of the big things, I think, that very quickly showed me that, like, this Black Mage rotation rework thing is kind of hard to shit on, is, like, when I think about it, what would I do to Black Mage in this situation? Well, I would keep Enochian. I would make it so you can still drop Enochian, so the timer is still there. But that's not... that's not gonna solve the problem of people not playing Black Mage because it's too hard. Like, if 14's player... I just tried to use smudge. If 14's player base was more oriented to harder content, if we didn't have this great filter I keep talking about, then yeah, like, I could totally see, like, the prospect of keeping that action in the game. But that's not what 14 is. 14 is not a game that is made to cater to the sweatiest of players. It's not a game that's made to... well, be what it was back in Stormblood, to be quite honest, which saddens me. As far as how the content plays, I mean, it's quite fun. You know, when they actually release it. That's really my biggest, like, gripe with this game. They never release content. Fucking 4 months is way too long, dude. But anyways. Like... There's nothing that I would do to Black Mage that is necessarily against what they did. The only change that I would like to see made to this iteration of Black Mage, with the sort of development constraints they had while making it, would be more integration of Flare. I don't like how Flare gets forgotten after level, like, what level is it? Is it like 80? No, level 70. Yeah, so you use Flare at the end of your rotation until you get Despair. When you get this little button here, you start doing that. Or wait, no. You use Flare at the end of your rotation until you get Fire 4. Right. So... damn. Yeah, Flare falls off so early, and I would love... like, the Astral Fire gauge is kind of fucking boring. Use Flare 6 times, get a finisher. Sick, dude. That's awesome. Love that. I think if the usage of Flare was somehow, like, actually properly integrated into the Astral Fire gauge... oh, shit. Then I would actually be, like, properly pleased. Oh, god damn it. I walked out of bounds and lost all my resources. God damn it. No, it doesn't matter. But I'd be happy with Black Mage, with just that change. Though, like I said, I don't know how they would integrate Flare into the kit more heavily. So the hope is that 8.0 reworks Black Mage and either gives Flare a facelift and a redesign in a similar vein to the Flare change to Red Mage, as in the VFX, not the effect of the skill. Then go ahead on top of that and make the skill more integrated into the rotation. Because, isn't Flare one of the most iconic abilities of this job? And yet it's I think there might be a scenario where you use it at level 100 single target, I think. That might even be wrong, so... I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure the only time you use Flare is, Is that even true? If you do the rotation where you... I forgot that, you frog. The rotation where you utilize your fire phase in the opener without any umbral ice stacks? Umbral hearts, that's what it's called. You're on your own. Using the kit without the... I'm standing in this. Using the kit without those stacks, just in the opener, I'm pretty sure is the only time that Flare gets used post level 59. So, it would be really cool to see it reintegrated, to see it get a facelift, and to see that otherwise really cool ability, actually feel important again. Red Mage uses Flare more than Black Mage, and that's really fucking silly. So, bring back Flare. Make Flare great again, which is probably not the kind of thing I want to say right about now, but anyways, moving on. Oh dear god. I feel like a PR team would hate working with me. Just say the stupidest shit at all times. Don't worry, I'm quoting Senator Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising, okay? Who is quoting a president, but I'm not sure which one. I don't remember. Anyways, that aside, I don't know where I was going with that. I think I just have, too much to rant about with this silly job. And I'm, overloading my brain, trying to focus on kind of doing a rotation and kind of maintaining some semblance of, sanity while I stream things. It's fun, though. I quite enjoy it. It's a good time. I've not been using my fouls, have I? I don't know. I definitely will take Black Mage into a raid tier, just because... yes, Queen's Waltz. I did it right by accident. I do have a really, bad soft spot for this job. It's rough. Is this worth it? No, I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. I'm really stupid, because I could just do that. Goodbye, ley lines. Holy shit. Anyways, I'll take it into the raid tier. I'll fuck around with it just so I can say I did. Even though, Picto is so much more appealing. It's so much cooler, dude. I really want to see what 8.0 Picto looks like. I'm honestly kind of worried for Picto in 8.0. It's not, impossible that I drop Picto in 8.0, because... There's some things that I really like about Pictomancer that I do not think are intentional on the behalf of the devs, and I think if they had their way, they wouldn't add them into the job. Like, the hammer being a damage gain, if that returns, I'm gonna actually be upset. Is this wrong? No, it's correct. I see. Like, magenta skipping, that's another thing that I don't think they would let remain. If they did, if by some miracle they kept the magenta skipping, they kept the hammer as a damage loss, I think I would go into 8.0, potentially as a Picto main. Healing is just too boring. Like, I really, really enjoyed doing Chaotic. That was, like, actually some of the most fun I've had in this game in a very long time. And I got to do it on my favorite job, the Astro, which was fucking awesome. Like, I loved every second of that. Oh, shit. But, I don't know. I don't know if I would fuck with Picto super heavy if they, like, turned it back into release Picto. That just... I don't know. I don't know. 8.0 is so far away, and there's really no telling what they want to do with Picto. I think the biggest thing on my mind is what's going to happen to Summoner, what's going to happen to Black Mage when we see the 8.0 rework start to drop. And even so, that's so far out, there's like no point in thinking about it right now. Alright, we have capped our tomes for the week. Let's fucking go. Let's head back to, Solution 9. See what's going on over there. I don't know if I can buy a piece or if I should buy a piece. I might look up what the alternatives are in a moment. Checking my phone here to make sure I'm not missing anything. Whoa, Limalicious is live. If you're watching me, why don't you watch her instead? She's way cooler. I'm really sad. And I have some regrets. The Limalicious mousepad came out, and I fucking missed it. Like, that was just... It's because I had no money, and it's really fucking expensive. But bro, I wanted it. So badly, I just... You know, it's not wise to make big purchases when you've nothing to spare. But it's gone now. It's been gone for like 2 weeks. And my mousepad that I have is fucking atrocious. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do to, like, get a new, nice mousepad. We'll see what I can find. Maybe I'll buy a scalped Limalicious mousepad. Yeah. That would be a fucking mistake. Is there any... like, fucking good pieces here, dude? Like, Jesus. Alright, I'm actually looking up a BIS real quick, because, like, these all suck. Shit, am I a genius? Hold on, did I... Oh my god, yeah, I am a genius. I didn't even think about the fact that the face cam is a chat cover. I was like, man, it's rude of me to have chat open like that, but... Nope. Nope, I'm smart. I'm a smart little man. No, I'm not. I'm a dumb little man who forgot he had a chat cover, but is happy he had a chat cover. Alright. So let's go back and just look at the balance. See if the people of the Balenciaga, the Belongi, have a Picto BIS that I can steal. I'm stealing. Level 7.2 BIS sets. Yes, please. What do you have for me? Alright, Historia shoes, Historia ring. Choker, really? Okay. Well, in that case, we're gonna do a ring. Oh, that's not a bad ring. Yeah, we'll do the ring, because I think I am wearing, like, a shitty ring anyways. So, there we go. Now, let me... Here's the shitty ring. We can extract materia first, before I fucking throw that thing to the wind. Retrieve, see if we actually win back any materia here. Okay, there's half of my life savings. And there's the other half. Okay, cool. Love to see that. Actually, can I just, like... Get out. Magnificent, okay. And now we go meld. Do I? I should have materia on me, I think. That'll be a crit and a direct hit. Which I need to buy.
Excuse me, good sir, can I have some direct hit, please?
By 6. 6 will suffice. Beautiful. And we will meld this bad boy. Cool. And now swap to Picto. And my Picto is 742 because Picto has a better weapon. I tried the EX. This is the first EX since Tsukiyomi where like I actually didn't like the current EX. I did the Tsukiyomi fight when that shit came out, and I just didn't find it fun. I'm not gonna lie. Recollection, I didn't finish the fight. I went in, tried it, got fairly, like, I actually don't know how far we made it. I can't remember. I think it was the, like, 6th bloom or something. And then I just, like, fucking, dude. Something about it was just not doing it for me. Let's go ahead and check retainers real quick. And then we'll fuck around with, what the hell is the thing called? I do not remember the name of the thing I am thinking of. Oh right, Wondrous Tales, that's it. I'd like to do some Wondrous Tales, and then I need to kill the final raid man guy thing. No, Dawntrail, what am I doing? M4, so I can get my little sword. Wait, have I done this already? No, I haven't. It would have to check. Okay, cool. And I think we need a... Oh, right. Repair. That's another thing I have to do. I don't level crafters, so, I get to suffer. Sucks to suck, I know. There we go. Almost forgot the other shit. There we go. Man, I need some more gil. We're gonna go do some treasure hunting with the boys soon, I hope. If you're a recurring viewer of mine, you maybe watched that silly video about treasure hunting, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a bit more of that with them soonish. Because, man, I need gil and I do not want to craft. Or run chaotic. I did a fair bit of chaotic. I got BIS for healer and like half of the BIS pieces for the fuck is the other job? The caster. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. Bye-bye. And I just didn't touch it after the fact. Yo, I like that. That's cool die. Where are we off to now? Where does Wondrous Tales want me to go? Okay. Well, treasure dungeons are here. Castrum Marinum, I have no idea if that is solo. That's a Shadowbringers? Yeah. No, that's Shadowbringers, I think. So, that's actually probably very easy to solo. Matter of fact, I bet I could do it right now. Maybe on, like, Red Mage or something. Then we've got Jeuno, the first walk. I haven't done my weekly Jeuno, but that's in large part because I mean, I don't have to. There isn't really a rush for Jeuno because of the nature of Alliance raids on a Savage patch. They don't matter. It's crazy. And it has been about an hour and 5 minutes. The original plan was to only go live for about an hour and a half because, I mean, I've got to go, like, cook something, and then I'm off to bed. So, well, I think we'll do this. I wanted to do Wondrous Tales, but I guess we just don't have that much time. So, what we're gonna do... I said that not looking at the mic. I guess we don't have that much time, so what we're gonna do is go ahead, run this fight if we can get a queue within the next few minutes here. Then I will, I'll fuck off to, I don't know, cook something of semblance, of sustenance. Then, that'll be my day, I guess. And tomorrow we will have some raiding. We'll be live at... What time would that be? I'm trying to think here. It'd be like 1:30 EST, I think? And we'll be live for, I don't know, a few hours, we'll see. Then, just be reclear, see if we can get a reclear on, the bunnyman.
Challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair.
Let's see, what else is going on? We might actually only do the bunnyman tomorrow. I'll make sure that, you know, if there were any tech issues today, because I haven't checked, those will be ironed out, and then we'll go and have a good old time. A grand old time. There's a pack of him! I love Matem. The voice actor is lovely. Great job, dude.
Oh no! They couldn't avoid that one.
Get fucked, whoever that was. Billy Smallsteps. Shit, I got fucked. Cancelled my own cast by mistake. This song is so incredibly Sonic to me. Maybe I'm just thinking that. I'm not like a huge Sonic fan per se, but I like it. And this guy also looks like a 10-year-old trying to draw their own like OC with a vague fixation on tails.
I do like toying with my prey.
My main man, Miles Prowler, looking like... What is this, actually? Like a Gundam? It's kind of Gundam-esque, like the beam sword. 1, 2, dash, fuck, you. Oh shit, the healer died. Please undie. What Shadow Chase? I don't remember Shadow Chase. Ah. Da 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 da. I've never seen the Savage version of this fight, but I'm sure it's cool. Actually, no, that's kind of a lie. I've not seen any, like, mechanics proper, but I did, like, look at some World First raiders just to see what the Phase 2 looked like. I always spoil myself on those because I'm... Oh, shit, that's not a button I'm supposed to press while in Burst. Oops. I like to spoil myself on the Phase 2 sometimes to see, like, is the music good? Do I want to try to grind for it? To do the fight? Because if I had, like, a committed static that progged relatively quickly, I would absolutely be down to clear, like, the tiers, every tier, but I don't. I used to a very long time ago. And those guys were awesome, but they are on a different region from me, so not exactly feasible that. And while I would love to raid with them again, I also don't think that letting the regions crossplay would be a good idea, so, you know, maybe we don't do that. That said, we have the technology as far as I'm aware. Why the fuck isn't cross-data center, like, Duty Finder a thing? Like, why can Chaos and Light not connect with each other? That's strange to me.
Bear my biting winds. I was drawn by an 8-year-old.
He's so cool. Oh, I wish I was like him.
Still you
I
stand.
would not go. Like this.
How delightful.
Honestly, this song makes me think of Sonic Racing, not even like Adventure or anything. Oh, I forgot to do that to focus target him. Oopsie daisies.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising
I'm really bad at these, so let's see how I do.
Where did that colossal thing come from?
Am I not safe? Like, yes, I am safe in the middle. I'm so smart. I'm actually the smartest little man. I don't know if you know that. I'm fucking brain damaged. I'm restarted. I'm the dumbest little man. But I'm actually the smartest, if you didn't know that, by the way. Those fucking falling tower pillars, though, like, ever since Stormblood, those things have made me feel like an absolute lobotomite. Like, I am a 1870s lobotomite candidate in fucking Ivalice. That said, Ivalice is, like, the best raid series we ever got, and it will never, ever be matched, I think. Honestly, the Jeuno raids are kind of good, I'm not gonna lie. I could not give any less of a fuck about Jeuno, but those fights are well designed. I cannot, like, rightfully shit-talk them. That's wrong of me. I have no idea who the fight designer was for them. Could be Mr. Ozma, I wouldn't be surprised necessarily, but I don't think that's who did it. Not sure if that white paint I used there was good or not. I figured, you know, he's gonna fuck off, I might as well white paint, but it's possible that using swift-casted Rainbow Drip was wiser. I don't know, I'm just a dumb little idiot. I like to paint, that is it. Will not go. Oh shit, I overcapped my motifs, like, really badly. Like, oh god, what did I do?
Try this.
I did... Look, I'm not paying proper attention when I'm streaming. I'm sorry. It lowers my IQ by at least the whole thing. Ow.
Thank you for the heal, sir. I will cherish it forever.
And just Tempera coat real quick so I don't get fucking absolutely shafted. And Addle for the exact same reason. Addle is a personal mitt, and do not ever forget that. If you're a new black mage, remember, only use Addle to save yourself. Actually, like, I don't know if this is an uncommon take, but my favorite black mage animation, and it has been this way since I started playing the game, is, it's Addle animation. And I realize that every job has the same Addle animation, because we all just steal black mage animation, but, like, it just looks cooler with the black mage weapon. Up. Oh, we got a direct crit. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's like, the ideal way to finish a fight, by the way. Unless you have, like, what is it? Your fucking, creature motif, and you can, like, do a creature motif swift-casted, and then, like, that'll give you enough for the Moogle Beam or the, Medine.
The match is
Then you do that, but otherwise,
Victory goes to the
you want to swift-cast a funny little rainbow drip for the final GCD. If you're one of those stinky, disgusting parsers, there's a little trick for getting extra mileage out of a run that you maybe don't deserve to do as well as you are. By the way, like, parsing is just all kill timing. Like, parsing's
It's all
bullshit.
over.
Parsing's not real.
Until next
Whoever
time.
told you parsing's real fucking lied to you. I'm sorry. It's made up. We just give you random numbers and pretend that they mean something, and I don't know what the fuck to roll on, so I'm actually just not going to, and we can do that next stream. Holy shit. I cannot believe they killed Baby No Money. That's crazy. Bye-bye, bitches. Sorry for stagnating the rolls. Roll for loot, please! Yeah, fuck off. I was watching a cutscene. Anyways, shit, I'd like to keep going, but I think it is time that we reel it in. I'm trying to adopt a old man. No. I'm trying to sleep... no, that doesn't sound right either. I'm trying to adjust my sleep schedule so that I reflect the image of a... No, I don't like how any of the words that I'm saying sound. I'm trying to go to bed at 10 o'clock so I wake up at 6 a.m. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to do because I'm going from unemployed college student for like the past better part of a year. I haven't like worked a proper job in a very long time. So I'm trying to get my sleep schedule back adjusted to that, and assuming everything goes well and my chronic bad sleep goes away, you know, we can do more streams in a timely manner and have some fun doing stupid shit. Well, with all that said, I have been Serv. Thank you kindly for watching. If you did, this will probably be on the VODs channel, so go ahead and subscribe if you like my content. It really, really helps me out a lot more than you might think, and it's free, if you didn't know that. I will see you guys next time. We'll be live on Wednesday, so the Wednesday the 16th, which this VOD will probably be up after. Doing some Savage raiding, most likely. We'll be live around 1:30 EST, if I'm remembering the correct time zone. And, yeah, that's everything. Thank you kindly for watching, and fare thee well. Bye-bye.